Returning to the Erebus team for 2025 is Jack Le Brocq. The 32-year-old made his debut in 2015 and is now one of the senior drivers in the Australian Supercar series. After finishing back in 14th place in 2024 with the best result of 4th at Townsville, Le Brocq starts the year upbeat, despite the turmoil of last season at Erebus. Well, second year with full-time with Erebus. A tumultuous year last year. I've used that word a lot over the past hour or so. But what did you learn at the end of the year after everything that happened and all of the highs and the lows? What did you come out of the end of it with?
Yeah, it was a ripper. We actually had a really good year with the team at Erebus, and it was awesome to come back. I was part of the academy back in 2013, 14, 15. So it was awesome to come back and won the championship with Barry as my engineer back in 2012 in Formula Ford. So we known each other for a long time, and Barry's always been a good supporter, and Betty. So it was awesome to come back, and we had a pretty strong year. We had some really good results towards the end of the year, some really good speed, and unfortunately a couple of results didn't probably fall our way, and it was a bit of a shame, but that's okay. We'll go again this year, and I'm pretty positive. We've got awesome to have tyre power on the car for the year. We can sort of got that locked away, settled in, and we can focus on going fast and winning some races. So really excited, can't wait, and I reckon we'll be in for a good shot.
So how different is it? The start of this year to the start of last year.
Yeah, look, it was obviously a little bit a bumpy road last year, but that's in the past now. We're focused on this year. It's been a really positive start to the year. The guys are doing an awesome job. The cars look amazing, and it's great to have Cooper and have Jared and Job as well. Announced and out there as well, so we can focus on getting them prepared for Tailem Bend and Bathurst, because it'd be awesome to get that result at Bathurst. We came close last year, potentially getting the podium there, and unfortunately got stitched up by that safety car rule, which is now scrapped, which is always funny. But looking forward to it. It's going to be a really positive year for the team at Erebus, and fingers crossed we can get a few more wins on the board.
Barry was saying how important Bathurst was and the focus of Bathurst last year in turning things around. From your memory, I mean, was that at what point did you say, year didn't get off to the start we really wanted it to? How important now is it to have a good performance at Bathurst?
I think it's big. It's like our grand final for the AFL. So for us, it's cool winning the championship and all that sort of stuff and doing well there. But Bathurst, that one race where you put it all on the line and you have a dip, and if you can win that one, it's pretty unreal. And Brody and Toddles were able to do it last year for the team, and it's pretty cool. The guys did an awesome job up and down pit lane that day. The boys dug deep and put together a car that was faultless all day. So there's no reason why we can't do it again this year. We're close to P3 there for car 9 as well. So as a team at Erebus, they've always got a fast car at Bathurst, which is really positive for us.
You're coming up to the Australian Grand Prix. We were just talking before we jumped on camera a minute ago. The big event. You don't usually necessarily have first spot on the pit lane walk as well, though, too. How's it all going leading up to the Australian Grand Prix, and how do you develop? Last year, you had some difficulties in the paddock. What's the plan going into that this year?
Yeah, the GP should be good. I think they've actually moved us out into the fan zone, so it'll be a lot more accessible for all the fans there at the Grand Prix, because the crowd there is always pretty unreal with 400,000 people. So I think it's going to be a great weekend for us. We've got 4 races there. We had a pretty strong run there last year. Unfortunately, ended with a DNF for car 9 there. But I think we've got a solid car. I think if we pick up where we left off, we had some really good speed, and we'll just keep pressing on.
We know that they're basically under the shell. They're almost exactly the same car, the Camaro and other sweep, the parity thing. You've driven a fair stint in the Tickford racing as well, the 2 in the Fords before you had been on the Camaros now. Essentially, do they still have is there any differences really underneath with some of the small products that are different on them? You've had a fair stint at both.
Yeah, so I never drove the Tickford Gen 3 car, but I suppose these cars, it's always going to be difficult to get two engines exactly the same. They're ones that are double overhead cam compared to the older LT and the Camaro, but I suppose you might get little differences, some cars will be stronger at some circuits, but I think they've got it very, very close at the moment.
I was going to say, some cars have their strengths and weaknesses. Do you notice anything yourself in between them when you're on the track?
It's hard to say. It's one of those things. Some cars, and these Gen 3 cars have been very, very sensitive to pitch and rake. So we can flatten the car off, take some rake out, and we find 3-4 Ks in a straight line. So that's part of it as well. So it's very hard to do that. And in a category that's like this, it's always going to be we strive to get parity, but at the same time, you probably want a little bit of difference as well in some aspects, in some corners, some tracks to make the racing a little bit better. But yeah, I think the guys at Supercars have done a really, really good job for like the product that we've got now. I think it's very, very solid and should provide some really good racing this year. And new tyres going to be pretty cool from what I've experienced so far. I think it's going to be good fun to get to go out there and smack qualifying laps the whole race, and it hangs on pretty well. So for a driver, that's awesome. It's exciting, and fingers crossed it makes some good racing as well.
We've seen introduce your co-drivers for the two enduros this year. Tell us a bit about what you know about those guys and what you're expecting from them.
Yeah, the two young pups, or they're both shorter than me, so they're both going to have the yellow pages, whoever drives with me. But I think I've got Hughesy with us, so yeah, it should be good. Looking forward to it. The guys did an awesome job last year, two young pups, and I remember where Baz and Betty gave my first chance at Bathurst back in 2015. So it's yeah, I get it. It's actually awesome to get your first opportunity. I'm sure the guys are going to do an awesome job, and it's great to have that locked in nice and early. We know we can focus on getting those guys up to speed and getting them ready, because rocking up for your first Bathurst 1000 is pretty daunting, and yeah, it's hard to get your head around it and into the zone of it, because it's a pretty cutthroat sort of race out there. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The guys will do a great job, and I'm sure the team will do a great job supporting them.
Do you think we're looking at now a generational change in supercar driving now? I mean, Mark Winterbottom and Fabian Coulthard and a few of those other guys not driving full time anymore. Do you think that it's going to be more like Formula One, where we're going to see a bit more of a turnover in drivers and perhaps a bit more of a ruthless driver market?
Yeah, it's hard to say. It's one of those things, I suppose. Just got to keep performing. I don't think age comes into it. Like, you look at Alonso, he's still performing really well. He's in his 40s. JC's doing a ripper job still. Davo. So it's one of those things. Yeah, I think it always comes a time when you probably get to the point where you probably lose a little bit of an edge. But I think it's one of those things. If we keep performing, we'll keep on showing up. So yeah, for myself, I suppose I'm getting towards the other end of it now, being 32. But yeah, fingers crossed, we've got another 7 or 8 years left in me to get to that 40 mark, and join the 40 club in Supercars.
Okay, well, but best of luck for the next 6 or so years, however long it takes you to get there. But best of luck, particularly for 2025. Jack Le Brocq, thanks for joining us in Pit Lane.
Yeah, thank you very much. Cheers.